The Gabby Petito Case, Part 2. Hello guys. Previously, we have seen a case of 22-year-old Gabby Petito's disappearance. I know you might have questions like, well, has she been found? What has happened to her? And who is the culprit? In today's video, all your questions will be answered. So watch till the end. In today's video, we are going to see updates on Gabby Petito's case and also about the shocking death of her husband, Brian Laundrie, and his confession. So without wasting any more time, let's begin. Summary. This case takes place from July through September 2021. 22-year-old Gabby Petito and 23-year-old Brian Laundrie lived in Northport, Florida, in the same house as Brian's parents. The couple was romantically involved, having become engaged in July of 2020. After visiting her family in Blue Point, New York, Gabby and Brian took off on a cross-country trip, driving a 2012 Ford Transit. The van was white and appeared to be slightly modified to function as a camper. They departed on July 2, 2021, and documented their journey on social media over the next several weeks. The couple visited many different attractions like national parks in places like Kansas, Colorado, and Utah. They took plenty of pictures and posted them to Instagram. On August 12th, in Moab, Utah, a witness reported an incident to the police. According to the 911 call, the witness described a male slapping a female. Both of them drove away in a white van. The Moab police pulled the couple over, and based on body cam video, the story was that Gabby had struck Brian. So what the witness reported was different than the story that seemed to come together at the traffic stop. Although it is possible that each of them was both a perpetrator and a victim, the police determined the situation represented a mental health crisis instead of a crime. Brian was taken to a hotel for the night, and Gabby stayed in the van. According to the Daily Mail, from August 17th to August 23rd, Brian was back in Florida helping his father do something with a storage unit. After this, he returned to Utah. It's not clear if this really happened, but again, it was reported in one place that Gabby was spotted on August 24th. The couple was leaving a hotel in Salt Lake City, headed for Grand Teton National Park in Wyoming. Gabby made her last Instagram post 45 minutes away from Salt Lake City. On August 27th, Gabby's mother received a text message from Gabby's phone, which her mother described as odd. It read, "Can you help? Stan, I just keep getting his voicemails and missed calls." Stan is an apparent reference to Gabby's grandfather, but Gabby never referred to him as Stan. Brian arrival. On August 27th, the operators of a family travel YouTube channel appeared to capture video of the Ford Transit van in Grand Teton National Park's Spread Creek dispersed camping area. The video was taken from their vehicle as they drove along an unpaved road. Looking at the video carefully, it appears as though somebody closed one of the rear doors of the Ford Transit van. As their vehicle approached the van, the door that looked like it closed was on the right side when looking at the van from the rear. On August 29th, at about 5:30 p.m., Brian Laundrie allegedly made contact with a TikTok content creator named Miranda Baker. According to Baker, she and her boyfriend picked up Brian in Grand Teton National Park after he approached them and asked for a ride. He wanted to go to Jackson, Wyoming. Before he entered the vehicle, Brian offered them $200, even though the trip was only about 10 miles. Brian told them that he had been camping for multiple days without his fiancé, who was working on their social media page back at the van. When Baker and her boyfriend specified that they were headed to Jackson Hole, Wyoming, Brian became alarmed and told them to pull over so he could exit the vehicle. He didn't appear to understand that people often referred to Jackson, Wyoming as Jackson Hole, Wyoming. Brian's intention was to walk across the street to a parking lot and try to catch another ride. Baker said that it didn't appear as though Brian had been camping for a couple of days, as he specified, because he was clean and did not smell bad. On September 1st, Brian showed up in Florida, driving the 2012 Ford Transit. He was alone, he didn't talk to the media or law enforcement, and he retained an attorney. 10 days later, Gabby was reported missing. Brian went missing. On September 14th, Brian Laundrie disappeared. He went for a hike in the Carlton Reserve, which is a 25,000-acre county park in Sarasota, Florida. The family went searching for him on September 15th. They found the Mustang he was driving. It had a note on it from the police, which apparently demanded the vehicle be moved. It appears as though the police did not find out Brian was missing until a few days later. On February the 17th, the police searched for Brian, but were unable to locate him. They have given up searching in the reserve, but they're still searching in other places. Gabby's body. On September 19th, 2021, in Wyoming, the authorities found a body in the Spread Creek dispersed camping area in Grand Teton National Park. They said the body matched the description of Gabby Petito, but the identity had not yet been confirmed. The police executed a search warrant of the Laundrie family home and referred to it as a crime scene. It appears as though they were mostly interested in electronics. Search for Brian. A massive manhunt was initiated to locate Brian Laundrie. Although he was not charged with murder, rather illegally accessing a financial account belonging to Gabby, it seems likely that eventually he would have been charged with murder. On October 20th, human remains and some personal belongings were found in a reserve in Florida, not far from the Laundrie family home. It was immediately clear that the personal belongings were the property of Brian Laundrie. The area had previously been underwater, which may explain why the discovery was not made sooner. The next day, on October 21st, the authorities confirmed that the human remains belonged to Brian Laundrie by using dental records. The case was drawn to a close with the death of Brian Laundrie. Autopsy report and case closing. Authorities said that what prevented the evidence of Brian Laundrie from showing up sooner at the Carlton Reserve was that the area in which he was found had been covered in water. The remains were otherwise in the open and unobscured. The fact that the body parts had been submerged in water also made the human remains found difficult to identify. The belongings that authorities discovered included articles of clothing and shoes, as well as a backpack, a tent, a handgun, and some flares, alongside some other personal effects. Authorities also found a notebook in which Brian Laundrie admitted to killing Gabby Petito. The body parts found at the scene included an assortment of human bones, parts of a skull, and a mandible with teeth still attached. What's most disturbing of all about Brian Laundrie's remains is that there were signs that Laundrie's remains were eaten by animals, with moderately extensive carnivore activity evidenced by multiple gouges and gnawing marks, according to the coroner's report. Carnivorous and omnivorous animals that the coroner noted regularly feature in the area. Laundrie's remains that were found included canines such as feral dogs, coyotes, rodents, and raccoons. The remains were determined to be Laundrie's through dental records and DNA analysis. It was also noted that the gun that was discovered nearby Laundrie's remains was a .38 caliber European American arms revolver. 2 rounds remained in the chamber, while 1 round had been spent. With the release of these findings, the Gabby Petito case is now considered by authorities to be officially closed. So guys, what do you think about today's video? I hope you liked the recap. If you want more recaps on different murder cases, then please do mention them in the comment box. This is all about today's video. Guys, do give this video a thumbs up. Also, subscribe to our channel so you don't miss any of our next murder cases. Goodbye for today. Peace. Peace.